A wretchedly damp start to the cricket season in this part of the world, in Northern Europe. But the sun is shining here. This is all a bit frustrating because we should have had a
problem is in the middle of the order. The top order is pretty good, but again the approach with which the top order wants to go, that will have to be seen leading up to the World Cup. They had an issue against New Zealand just recently where Saim Ayub just couldn't get going, and you'll have to keep an eye on this youngster as well. He's very talented. He walked away from the appeal. That would suggest he was pretty certain of what was happening.
Well, Mark Adair does do that. He gets the ball to shape. It's perfect, and that's what we'll see Naseem Shah doing as well, because I think Naseem Shah has added a dimension to his bowled. That is magnificent bowling. End of the over, the first, 3 for no wicket. That's been picked up on length. Hasn't quite middled this Saim Ayub, but he will get 4. He picked up the early length. It was just marginally short. Not that short, but beautifully played.
Yeah, for a moment you felt like he was cramped for space. He didn't have that full flourish, but then those fast hands getting him out of trouble. And although it didn't come off the middle of the bat, who was bowling at 150 clicks, really put him in the fray, and then he got his opportunity in the PSL, and he hasn't looked back since.
Bowled, good full length. As a bowler, you've got to back yourself, you've got to be brave, and sometimes even if you've got a natural aggressor like Saim Ayub, sometimes you've got to tempt him into the shot as well. Bowling a full length at slip. Oh, hurry, he might be out. He might be gone. Rizwan, is he short of his ground? Now the umpire's asked to see this, for the third umpire to have a look.
It's a big mix-up. Saim Ayub called Rizwan. It felt initially, when Rizwan responded, Saim just said no, and Rizwan had no time. It felt like it. The way Ireland are celebrating, they look very, very confident, and direct hits are always very, very tricky for the batters. It's a close shave for Rizwan.
Well, you see, the one thing from Rizwan's point of view here, Faisal, is that he's quick. So he's quick out of the blocks, but how quick was he getting back?
Sometimes that he was too quick on that occasion because he got himself too far.
Ooh, this is close.
And even though he's very nimble and his turn was quick, the dive was full stretch.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone. Yeah, Rizwan. Mohammad Rizwan is walking back. That's an early strike for Ireland. Babar Azam, the new bat. Oh, goodness me, that's gone past slip for 4. Ireland, this is a great start by the home side. End of 2 overs, it's 11 for 1.
Saim Ayub played 2 strokes, a play and a miss, and a big heave on the onside, and both those strokes prompted the field, although he...
For the new bat. Beautiful. How good is that? Just an exquisite touch through that straight mid-wicket, and it's gone for 4. Babar Azam with a touch of class.
It's just pure magic from Babar Azam. Was a sublime, just flick of the wrist. You hardly seem to have hit it, and it just raced across this outfield. 2 straight, you could say, but the shot was just top class.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? You just pay the admission. Shot, magnificent shot from Babar Azam. Just one gentle stride down the pitch. And he almost preempted the length of the delivery from McCarthy.
Yeah, how good was that? The ball is jagging around, and Babar just shimmy down the wicket, hitting it on the up. It was not a half volley. He lined it up beautifully, and although it's not the usual bowlers, and I mean, what great, wonderful names you just mentioned.
Not half. Picked up on length. Man out there, straight over his head. It's a big 6 for Saim Ayub.
That is really the first one that he's got out of the middle, and it sailed away probably the longest boundary. 29 for 1 after 5, Pakistan.
From 15 balls, so he's not really in the swing yet. Curtis Camphor is the new bowler. He said he's a little medium pacer. He'll nag away, generally trying to bowl it fairly straight. Short, too short, over the head of that short mid-wicket, and that's 4 for Babar Azam.
It's another of Babar Azam's trademark strokes, that front foot pull. He doesn't really go back and across for these pull strokes. He picks up the length so quickly. You see, it went way in front of square. Just came right out of the screws as well. It sounded absolutely beautiful. That just clearing that front foot, but the weight was still coming on into the shot, and the thump was terrific.
Short.
There's been a lot of talk about Babar Azam moving into the next gear in terms of his Babar dragging it, and Sterling realizes what Babar wants to do, so he's put the 2 fielders out. The challenge would be even great for Camphor against Saim Ayub, because he's had his eye in. Absolutely smashed a 6 towards the back end of the last over. And coming towards the end of the power play, just 1 delivery to go. 34 for 1 is the outcome so far. You'd say there was more effort than that, but the outcome is just 36. Oh, beautifully played. How gorgeous is that? Playing it late and just using the pace. Not a bad delivery at all, but beautifully put away by Saim. Power play done and dusted. Pakistan 38 for 1.
And he's carved away immediately. An attempted diving stop. That's Gareth Delaney out at deep cover, but can't get anything on it. And after a conservative power play for Pakistan, maybe the shackles now, with the fielding restrictions loosening, will begin to loosen. As I wish a very good afternoon to Isabel Joyce.
Well, came out of the middle. The placement was good. Carved away, just the width offered, and Gareth Delaney came in attacking the
short ball this time, helped around the corner, and it's going to be helped away very nicely. Won't quite go all the way, but it will be 4 more. 2 boundaries in the over from Young gets us to the end of the 7th. It's 48 for 1.
Immediately on the attack from Saim Ayub. Chance in the deep, but just has the legs to get over Harry Tector there in the deep. Didn't get all of it, but it's going with the wind. He makes use of the conditions for a maximum first ball of White's over.
Yeah, I think it was the googly. You'll see Ben White bowl a lot of these to the left-handers. So he's going to try and get the ball turning away, but it ends up just into the hitting arc. The line not correct from White, and might not quite have been out of the middle, but it had enough to clear the